Exercise 13.1, first problem. In this question it is given we have two cubes. Each cube has a volume of 64 centimeter cube. These two cubes are joined together and we are getting a cuboid. So on the right side I have the two cubes. When you join that you are getting a cuboid. Sometimes students ask me how to draw this diagram. So I will show to you. First you see how to draw a cube. You draw a parallelogram like this, then you join, you get the cube. Now you see here, to draw cuboid, you draw a parallelogram like this, then again you make a cut here. So these are the two cubes and together we have a cuboid. This is the diagram. First I have done the cuboid and then I have written the cube. If you want you can write opposite, cube first and cuboid second. Now you see here what is given is volume is 64 centimeter cube for one cube. Then using this we can find the side. A cube is equal to 64, A is equal to 4, taking cube root. Now we have to find the dimensions of cuboid. Now you see this is one cube and this is the next cube. So this will be 4 and here you will have a 4. Together the length will be equal to 4 plus 4, 8. But the height will be 4 only and the breadth also will be the same 4 only. So L, B, H we have found out here. Only L changes, B and H are same as the cube. We have to find the TSA of the cuboid. Resulting cuboid means this one. So you use this LBH, substitute in the formula for TSA. Surface area stands for TSA only in this problem. Simplify, you should get the answer. In the next one, you are given a vessel. A vessel, you remember, it will have a hole inside. So in some cases, it can be given as a hollow object or it can be given as a hollow hemisphere or anything like that. When you are having a vessel, it has a hole inside, no? That is why the word is given. That doesn't mean you have to substitute the formula for hollow hemisphere or hollow cylinder or anything like that, okay? So that is just a math term for vessel. Here it says the vessel is made up of a cylinder and a hemisphere. So and what else is given is the hemisphere's diameter is given. I have divided by 2 and written the radius. The hemisphere and the cylinder will have the same radius only because they will fit exactly. The radius will be the same. Here you will have the radius which will be 7 centimeter. It is common for hemisphere as well as the sphere. Then the total height of the vessel is given in the question. From that, to find the CSA of the cylinder, we need the height. We are going to find it here. I am drawing the line here. This line segment also represents the radius only. So that is also equal to 7 centimeter. Totally you have 13 centimeter. Out of that, this portion, it is not the height of the hemisphere, it is also radius only, but it is vertical, no? So we are drawing like that, 7 centimeter. 13 minus 7, this remaining, the height of the cylinder will be 6 centimeter. H is equal to 6 centimeter. We are supposed to find the inner surface area of the vessel. That means we have to find the surface area of the cylinder plus surface area of the hemisphere. This is where many students make a mistake. In some questions they will mention this as total surface area. As soon as you see the term total surface area, you will write TSA of cylinder plus TSA of hemisphere. Don't do that. Here you see there is a hole, hollow, that means nothing inside. So there is no top base as well as no base at the bottom. No base means we have only the curved surface area. So this is nothing but CSA of cylinder plus CSA of hemisphere. Okay. So CSA of cylinder is 2 pi RH plus CSA of hemisphere is 2 pi r square. Not the TSA, remember it is CSA. When do we write TSA? When we have the base also. In this case there will be only a hole here. So no base. So we will write only the CSA. Now I have done the calculation in one method in this problem and I will show you another method. You see, take whichever is comfortable for you. Substitute the values. 2 into 22 by 7 into R is 7 into H is 6 plus 2 into 22 by 7 into R is 7 into 7. R square, no, 7 into 7. I have cancelled the 7 in these two and I am taking the 2 and 22 common from this. So I will get 6 plus 7 will be remaining. I am taking that inside the bracket and calculating. If you want, you can write 2 into 22, 44, 44 into 6, multiply, write that answer. Then 44 into 7, multiply, write that answer. Just because you know tables, that doesn't mean you have to multiply everything you see. Try to minimize your work. Take the 2 and 22 common, only 6 and 7 will be remaining. Take it inside the bracket 13. Now here we are doing only one multiplication, whereas in your method you will be doing one multiplication here and then another multiplication here and then addition. So don't do that, try to follow this method. In this question you have a toy which is made up of a cone and a hemisphere, and the total height of the toy is given in the question as 15.4. So we are splitting the two shapes. First I have the cone and then I have the hemisphere. I find this easier and mistake proof to write like this. What we are doing is we are writing the shapes separately and we will write what the dimensions of each shape. Dimension of cone you need R, H and L. Suppose you are finding volume, then you won't need L. You can find the answer with R and H itself. But here you know we are finding the surface area, so we will surely need L. So you have to find it anyway. And hemisphere, it has only one dimension. I have written it here. In the question itself it is given, both have the same radius. So I am taking 3.5, 3.5 in both the cases. Otherwise it will be given as the cone surmounts the hemisphere or hemisphere is surmounted by the cone. The meaning for the word surmounted for us is the radius is the same. Okay, and here the total height is given. This is the radius 3.5. This is also a line segment from the center to the circumference. So this will also be 3.5 only. Total height is 15.5. From that, if you subtract the 3.5, you will get the height of the cone as 12 centimeter. So I am getting the height of the cone as 12 centimeter, that is H. Now for surface area, I should find the value of L. L is equal to root of H square plus R square. So 12 square plus R square is 3.5 square. After this, there is no shortcut. You have to do up to this. After writing up to square root of 156.25, you can try to guess the answer a little bit. See, 144 is 12 square. 12 square is 144 and 13 square is 169. This number is lying between 144 and 169. So it should be 12 point something. But you see that it is ending in 5. So you try 12.5 square. 12.5 into 12.5. See if you are getting this answer. This is how you can guess. Otherwise, you have studied long division in 8th standard. You can apply that. Then I have found the value of L. Now we are asked to find the TSA of the toy. TSA of the toy. Here I have written TSA. It is CSA of the cone plus CSA of the hemisphere. I kept thinking that you should not write that and I have written that. CSA of the cone plus CSA of the hemisphere. Why CSA means here you have TSA of the toy. Now you see we have TSA of toy is equal to CSA of cone plus CSA of hemisphere. Now we come to the reason for writing the CSA. So the surface area, it means whatever portion that I am able to touch is only the surface area. Okay, I couldn't find a hemisphere and a cone, so I have brought a cylinder and a cone. Okay, now which we can use in other problems also. Now a cylinder and a cone, we have two shapes here. If the question is to find the TSA of this object, then don't write TSA of cylinder plus TSA of cone. It will go wrong because TSA means all the surfaces that we can touch only means the TSA. Now suppose you have this top also. then we can say TSA of cylinder, and TSA of cone means the bottom is also included. But now you see, when you fix both, this is called surmounting. When you fix both, what happens? The base is hidden inside. We are not able to touch it. So we cannot include the base. So in this case, we have a cylinder CSA plus CSA of cone plus this bottom is there, no? So area of one base. When TSA of cylinder will have two base, but here I have one base. So what does the formula consist of? TSA of this shape will be equal to CSA of the cylinder plus one base plus CSA of the cone. Okay. Now supposing it is a hemisphere. I have something, I don't know whether it will fit. Okay, it is not fitting, but you can imagine. Okay. Now suppose I have this shape and it is surmounted. Then see, to find the total surface area, you have the CSA of the cone. The base has gone inside. We cannot touch it. So you cannot add it. Then you have the CSA of the hemisphere. Okay. So TSA of the toy or any object, it means TSA of the toy means CSA of the cone plus CSA of the hemisphere. Why we are not writing TSA? TSA will include the base also, but here the base has gone inside. We will not be able to touch it. So the surfaces that we can touch only are the CSA of the cone plus CSA of the hemisphere. So CSA of cone formula is pi RL plus CSA of hemisphere is 2 pi r square. I told you, I have done the calculation in a little bit different way. From the formula itself I am taking common terms. Pi r common, L plus 2 is there, pi has gone out, 1 r is outside, 1 r is remaining. So I have written the simpler formula here, substitute. While substituting also I have made a change. I did not write the decimal value 3.5. I have written the fraction 335 by 10. Also for L, instead of 12.5 I have written 125 divided by 10. Then this is also R, 35 by 10. Simplify, you should get the answer. The previous method, I entered all the values. After that I took these numbers as common and I did it. The other basic method that you can do is simplify, find the value for this one, find the value for this one, add. That will take a few more minutes extra, that's all.